Hello everyone, my name is Rita Gangwani and I am a personality transformation and a pageant coach. I run a pageant and personality development institute in Gurgaon, Haryana, which is near Delhi, by the name of Rigahaus. The first two initials of my name and surname, Rita Gangwani, so it's Rigahaus. A lot of people ask me why I have named it Rigahaus, though it is spelled as Haus. It's because my students feel very comfortable and they get that motherly feeling and they call me Ma. So I just thought that if it is such a homely feeling in my institute, might as well make it look like a house, and that's how it came as Rigahaus. And as it is, very big brands, also call their institutes as Haus, and I thought it will be a good luck charm to have that name. When did we start? That's a question a lot of people ask. Rigahaus was initially known as Sashes and Crowns Pageantversity. It's recently, about 2 years back, that I renamed it as Rigahaus. Because when it was named as Sashes and Crowns Pageantversity, a lot of people either thought that it's only about pageants. Some people thought that we sell pageants, not pageants, these sashes and crowns, it's a shop where they can buy it from. So to avoid that confusion, we renamed it to Rigahaus. When did we start? We actually started in 1984. You would say hardly any pageants were having then. Yes, too many pageants were not being done in 1984, but they were happening. I myself am a product of Himachal Queen 1982. So pageants were happening, maybe not so very frequent, but they were definitely happening then. And when I appeared for Himachal Queen 1982, I had absolutely no idea what is an audition, what they will check, how I have to walk, what they would ask. And because of my experience out there, though I won it, but still it was an experience, and I thought that there would be many like me who would be completely lost in the maze. So just to make them understand what pageants are, I had started my pageant module in my personality development modules. Of course, pageants became a big industry after Sushmita Sen and Aishwarya Rai got the crown home, and since then it's been a big industry, and you will see a whole lot of people getting attached to it, makeup artists and dress designers and shoe designers, and it became a huge industry after that. And of course, as the particular industry grows, a lot of people grow, and of course a lot of people step in. And over the years, though I started it in 84, but over the years I had to learn, relearn and polish myself to the present times. And by God's grace, every year I have been giving pageant winners of various categories, not just for Miss India, but Mrs. Indias and Plus Indias and Petite Indias and Mr. Indias and Teen Indias. And so I have been training various different kind of profiles, age groups, genders for pageants over the years, along with my corporate training to Fortune 500 companies as a personality development mentor, and also as a life coach and personality transformation coach to a whole lot of individuals. I'm on board on many companies as their in-house grooming coach, and also as a grooming partner to a lot of organizations. A whole lot of people have been trained by me, and we do keep putting their testimonials on and off, though I'm guilty that I don't put myself out there so much for people to get to know me, because I always thought it's your work which matters. But I have realized that आजकल की दुनिया में जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So I need to gear up and be there so that people get to know me. About Rigahaus, As I said, we do personality transformation coaches for all age groups. Starting, my youngest student is 2.5 year old who comes to learn table manners because her parents are globetrotters, and then they just want the child to learn, when they are in a party or somewhere, how does she conduct herself, how does she sit on the table, how does she eat. Though she's very young, but she's picking up, and they say you start early so that it becomes a habit. And my senior most student is in her late 70s. She's a mother-in-law, and she comes to me for relationship management. She wants to understand the generation gap and how to actually be in sync with her daughter-in-laws and be the best of mom-in-laws she can be. So, as I said, I train various profiles, I train various age groups, housewives, executives, students, fashion schools, management schools, airline professionals, because I think personality development is a part of you, and it's very, very important that you polish it and bring it out, because again, jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai. So if you are well polished, people will get attracted wherever you go for an interview, or wherever you're trying to sell your skills. I think personality matters a lot. In my Riga House pageant coaching, what do? I have two kinds of courses. One is a short term course, which I call, you can say, a refresher course, and it's mostly for people who are already experienced in pageantry and they just want to polish themselves, refresh themselves. And the other one, an advanced course, which starts right from scratch, A to Z. There was a time when I wasn't covering a lot, but now that times require, a lot of stuff have been added according to the requirements. So besides personality development, which is my biggest strength, personality development to introductions to interviews to question and answers to makeup to hair to ramp walk to swimming costume walk to etiquette of on all kinds of social as you call it, the social skills, life skills, soft skills, a whole lot of things have been added. And yes, sometimes I need to custom design it to the child, because I normally don't take groups. I take one-on-one sessions, and that is again my USP. And because I realize that every child is different, their strengths, their weaknesses are different. There's no point taking a group and telling the same thing to everyone. What I realized when I was doing groups is that it doesn't help the child as much as I want to help them. So I started with my one-on-one sessions. It depends entirely on the child who enroll with me, how they want to scatter those sessions. And some people come only on weekends, some come, they want to start immediately and finish immediately. There are some students who come from outside Delhi and they want to do an advanced course in a very fast track. So the 2-week course is to be finished in 3 days, so we have to give in more hours. So it's very, very custom designed according to the requirement of the child. And the new course which has been added is of course digital pageants format, and you need to understand how you have to give your auditions digitally, or the fashion shows digitally, or whatever is happening is now happening digitally till we are announced to be safe to be out in the open. So that's what I wanted to say about my this thing. And my fees is not too high. It's quite affordable, quite flexible. And another thing I wanted to say was that during this COVID times, I thought, what can I give back to society? Students specifically were suffering a lot during this time. Uh, Specifically the ones who wanted to appear for international college interviews, or the ones who were preparing for pageants and stuff. So my contribution to society, it's entirely my personal decision. I went free online and started a project called Vidya Dan, and Vidya Dan means giving knowledge as charity. Absolute free of cost, I started training students on pageants, on personality development, and on modeling. And By God's grace, I'm very proud to say that I have trained hundreds of students worldwide during these 6 months on these three main aspects which they wanted to learn. Um, no force on anyone. You can go check out Google if you want to. You just type Riga House, you will get to my Google site and you will see what my students have to say about the training which I had given out to them. And as I said, I don't believe in blowing my own trumpet. I believe in my work speaking for itself, and that will speak quietly, but it does speak. And there's this, you must have heard of that story of a rabbit and a hare. So eventually, not hare, the hare and the rabbit is the same thing. The turtle and the rabbit. Eventually, slow and steady wins the race. So I believe in that. And I don't know how many of you know that I am a retired officer from Indian Army. It doesn't look like when people see me because I don't have that kind of a rigid face nor that kind of an attitude. But yes, I am retired from Indian Army, and that's my biggest credibility, because when you are from the Indian Forces, they teach us integrity, they teach us honesty, they teach us responsibility, they teach us discipline, dedication. So all those qualities were inculcated in me when I was an officer, and I think I'm carrying them forward in my civil life. And what else do I say? Yeah, it's not always necessary. A lot of people ask, is it necessary to have a pageant coach? No, it's not necessary. It's entirely your personal choice. So much of information is available on internet, and if you think you can learn it from there, you can learn it from there. But you know, sarvgun sampan koi nahi hota. So sometimes there is some area where you find that you are unable to cope or you have weakness in that, and that's where a coach steps in. Maybe your walk is not right, maybe you don't have confidence on stage, maybe you have no idea about public speaking, maybe you don't have idea about international sensitization and their manners, maybe you don't understand cultural sensitivity. So that's where a pageant coach comes in, and a pageant coach normally pushes you, keeps an eye out for you, how you are progressing, and pushes you till you give your best out. So that is the advantage of joining an institute, and there are plenty of them, and everyone, each institute may have their own strengths. As I said, some institute may be good in teaching makeup, some may be good in teaching walk, some may be good in teaching public speaking. So you have to see and match make where exactly you would fit in. And yeah, so I think I have almost covered whatever I wanted to say about Riga House. One question a lot of people ask is, do I provide hostel facility, food facility? Unfortunately, not exactly, but we have in our colony, we have a club where there are rooms where girls can come and stay. There are a lot of Oyo hotels near my place where girls come and stay, and if it's an emergency, girls do come and stay with me in my own house, and of course the food and stay would be provided to them. So yeah, again, I don't do portfolios, but I do mock portfolios when I teach you posing, and not just posing for pageants, but posing even for modeling, or just facing the camera, be it for acting or any other purpose. So that's a part I also have, the questions I'm answering which are coming to my mind. Yeah, so that's about me, and if you have any questions, you want to know more about us, just type Riga House or Rita Gangwani on Google, and you will get to our site and you'll get to know more about what exactly we do. Most welcome to approach me if you ever need me. I'm just a phone call away. See you all sometime in life, and God bless you all, and may you find success in whichever field you choose to step into. To get to know more about me, I'm not very tall, I'm just 4 feet 10 inches, and it was a struggle. I have a story, and if you want to listen to my story, go to Josh Talks or go to TED Talks, type Rita Gangwani, and you will be able to hear about my story, and it may inspire you to understand that it doesn't matter how you look like, it doesn't matter what skin color you have, it doesn't matter what body structure you have. What matters is what's inside you, what's between your head and your chin, and how you use it. All the very best to all of you.